This here is a word of advice to any young lady who's met a really nice guy. Looks can be deceiving. Sometimes he's truly just a solid man with lots to offer, but other times he's a raging, jealous monster who could ruin your life. Here's how to tell the difference. Number 1. He's just too nice and perfect. I really like the saying, too good to be true. I think it's often correct in life and in love. If a man seems just plain too good to be true, it's often because he's a fake nice guy. One of the top signs he's not as nice as you think and you need to get away from him fast is that he avoids conflict and is just plain too nice. He's always agreeable, shies away from any arguments and gives you the benefit of the doubt even when you're completely wrong or acting unreasonably. A genuinely nice guy wouldn't give you such a free pass. Podcaster Case Kenny writes, "Someone who is genuinely nice won't try to avoid conflict or honest conversations. They'll face it head on because they actually want resolution. They don't just want to kick it down the road so they can continue getting what a fake nice guy wants, their agenda. A fake nice guy will avoid conflict because they know things will come crumbling down. A fake facade falls apart when genuine honesty is required." Number 2. He's supposedly a big victim of past women in his life. Another of the biggest warning signs that he's not as nice as you think is when he tells you a sob story about women in his past. Maybe he really has been treated like dirt and left for dead with his heart ripped out. Once or twice. But 5 times, 6 times, 7? We're getting in the zone where you have to wonder what their side of the story is, no? When a really nice guy speaks about women in his past like they're the devil, you should have a little red flag come up. Christina Marisic writes, "If he treats other women in his life poorly or speaks about them disrespectfully, that's a clear indicator that there's likely a jerk lurking under the nice exterior." Number 3. He's considerate but only for a price. Another of the top signs you're dealing with an undercover jerk and you need to get away from him fast is that he always expects his kind acts to be paid back. If he gave you a back rub last night, the next day he expects you to treat him extra well. He deserves it for treating you so well, apparently. This kind of transactional thinking is highly toxic and is a hallmark of a fake nice guy who's actually a selfish dick under the surface. His charm, kind acts and romantic gestures are all money in the bank for him, and he expects to be able to make a withdrawal whenever he decides to, and you'd better be on your best behaviour because he did X, Y and Z for you, remember? Hard pass. Number 4. He gaslights you and pretends it's a joke. Gaslighting is when someone tries to make you think you're seeing things all wrong because admitting the truth would show them in a bad light. A cheating husband might gaslight his wife and accuse her of having emotional problems or being toxic, for example. To cover up for his own guilt, he will go on the offensive against her, trying to get her to question her own perceptions and judgments and worry if something is wrong with her. One of the biggest signs he's not as nice as you think, and you need to get away from him fast, is that he gaslights you and makes you feel you're in the wrong when he actually is. Even if he's super nice the rest of the time, this is one of those deal breaker behaviours that no woman should ever have to put up with. Number 5. He benches you repeatedly and then lies about it. Benching is when a guy expresses interest in you but won't commit. He wants you all to himself and other guys to stay away, but he's just keeping you on the bench as an option. He wants you on his roster, but just as a fallback choice. Benching is humiliating and harmful to your self-esteem and relationship future. As Angela Gapta writes, "You get your hopes up and they are shattered by this person. The worst part is that you can't even be mad about it. These people have been in the game for a long time and know how to tackle someone who gets their hopes up." Number 6. He tries to zombie you with no shame. Zombieing is a highly toxic tactic that fake nice guys use all the time. When a guy zombies you, he will ghost you only to reappear. Of course, he'll have amazing excuses and a big story, but your poor heart will get jerked around like crazy, especially when he turns on the charm and reminds you of the good times. Does he really want to get back with you, or is he just using you temporarily and using you for sex or company? Social psychologist Teresa Di Donato writes, "Zombieing refers to an ex reappearing and resurfacing a relationship. While most people who initiate ghosting do so as permanent, if indirect, relationship disengagement strategy, others use ghosting just to temporarily disappear and perhaps return later. A fake nice guy will dress up zombieing as realising he has feelings for you, but in most cases, he's straight up lying. It's far from nice behaviour, to say the least. Number 7. He doesn't care about other people in your life. One of the clearest signs he's not as nice as you think and you need to get away from him fast is that he's super nice to you but doesn't care much about anyone else in your life. This includes your friends, family, role models, colleagues, anyone else you mention. He may smile and nod to placate you, but if you pay attention, it will be totally obvious he really doesn't give a hoot. That's because deep down, even though he's into you and wants you, he isn't actually a nice guy, and he isn't interested in getting to know you on a deeper level, just having you.